Hi, and thank you for watching Targeted West and TargetedWest.com, the one place for V2K and the Fourth Industrial Revolution. My name is DJ Chris, and I'm your moderator host tonight. The opinions of our guests are that of their own and not that of DJ Chris or Targeted West. And of course, it's 5-4. And it's going to be Cinco de Mayo tomorrow, and I already had a band playing till midnight around the corner, so that was really fun. And so I've got a guest tonight. It is show number 163, and we have Armando here with the Silent Night technology, and he'll be discussing some new technologies that he has available for you. It is 78 degrees right now, and we have the air conditioning running in the background, so please forgive that sound. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Armando. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I just want to thank you for having me here today, letting me talk on your platform. Just want to say thank you.
Doing pretty good. We were talking earlier. Good. I'm glad you're doing good. You're hopefully a lot of people will find out more about your other technologies you have available, including an anti-rape technology. Can you tell us more about that, this new product?
Yeah, sure can. Lately, we've been dealing with a lot of people calling in, and even my wife started dealing with the remote electronic rape that's been going on. And it was kind of, I made this device for my mother to help with the chronic pain that she was having with osteoporosis, but I found out later that it actually instantly stops the link that they have in order to do the electronic remote rape. It stops that link and process instantly. And before my wife started using that, she was just still drained, completely drained, sore around her, private areas, and just didn't have any energy. And now she just, when she feels them starting to pulse her like that, she just zaps herself with the device, and she's good for about 4 to 5 hours before they try again to create that link, that stable link that they need to induce that kind of electronic harassment. So
wow, that's interesting.
We're working on the name, but for now, we called it the Silent Night's Great Reset implant zapper, because that's what it does. It totally resets the link that they have in order to do that kind of electronic rape. And it's a lot cheaper than the Silent Night. And we also have the Silent Night right now going on. There's a sale going on. It's $3.99, and that's with the antennas included and everything included. It's $3.99 plus shipping, so that's the lowest and it's the double juggernaut. It's the double, it's the 30,000 volt version. So it's the strongest that we got, the best that we got. And with that great reset, it actually helps with the chronic pain too. So if anybody has chronic pain, it definitely helps with that.
Great. And you have a website people can go to check this out, right?
Correct. So you can go to TargetSourceLLC.com. That's TargetSourceLLC.com. You can check out the devices there. We've recently been canceled by Square Up for our e-commerce account, so we are taking orders by phone. You can email us. Our email is at the top of our webpage. You can email us with your phone number so we can give you a call and take your order through there. We are taking orders through Zelle and Cash App, but we want to take your call first to get your information down before any kind of transactions are made. Since Square Up is canceled us before you're able to type in your address and your phone number and stuff, and just do it automatically. But we have to do that by hand, by over the phone now because of the cancellation of our e-commerce account. But that being said,
it's terrible.
Yeah. So there's a lot of defamation going on our part, talking about us and Targeted Justice, and Targeted Justice has been the only one to bring the fight to the courts. And you can look this up. Just type in Garland versus the Targeted Justice, and you can find out all the lawsuits that we put in. I don't see anybody else really moving any kind of lawsuits towards our enemy. So I don't understand why people, fall in for the BS. When the proof is out there, it's easy to get to. We're not trying to hide anything. Um, so I'm just kind of struggling. We're all struggling right now, and I don't know how much longer we can struggle like this.
My books. Well, yeah, and also it's a time when they're using money for power and control and cutting us off every way they can as a way to keep the secret going. The big secret, the big elephant in the room that they don't want everyone to know about, that we know about. So they will try anything they can to try to mess you up. And in my case, they hobbled me and they ruined my hand so I can barely type and do work, but I'm not going to stop. It's too late. I'm already invested in this.
Right.
And I'm not going to stop. So they can do whatever they want. It ain't going to stop me at this point. If Constance can bring her daughter to Colorado and make it there, I can be strong enough to make it through this. Plus, I got good doctors and insurance, so I should be okay. So, you tell us more about the double juggernaut. What does that mean? In regards to the last time you were here, you didn't speak about that.
No, we just had the single versions, which was a 15,000 volt device, spark gap device. The double juggernaut is just it's pretty much two of the single versions put together and on a new circuit. And we were using a 9-volt power source, but with further circuit analogies and circuit design that I've worked on, I was able to get the same output with the USB input. So the new double jugger is USB input. You can use a battery pack and run it mobile in your car, or plug it into your cigarette lighter in your car. And also I want to point to the fact that I've expanded the bandwidth that the Silent Night covers. It now, and you can see a video on my website, it now covers, puts off a lot of RF noise all the way from about 400 kilohertz well past 12 gigahertz. And it shows on my website, you can see the video of how it covers every single band, and puts out very, very good amount of noise. And there's no other device in the world on the market and with one little device that outputs that much bandwidth. So it's definitely it's phenomenal how I've been able to. I'm just surprised myself that I was able to cover this much bandwidth. I mean, from 400 kilohertz to 12 and well past 12 gigahertz. I can't measure past 12 gigahertz because my analyzer only goes to 12 gigs. But it was showing strong output well past 12 gigahertz. So it covers. If you're not sure what they're using, which frequency they're using, this definitely covers it. The output's not all that strong as far as dBMs, RF power output, but it's strong enough to stop most of the V2K or the R&M that they do to us, because they need a stable link to do R&M and to do a lot of the electronic rape that they do, or they need stable links, and this definitely disrupts it. Doesn't matter which frequency they're using. Most of the frequencies they use are going to be sub-gigahertz bands for the most part, which is the output on the SK is a lot stronger, under 1 gigahertz and just over a gigahertz, but it does still output a lot of noise well past 12 gigahertz. So that being said, it's definitely an awesome device that I've been working on ever since before I came out with it in last March.
Great. So you've got that going on, and you're trying to figure out how to make life better for us. Have you had any ideas as to how you'll get this technology information out to the general public? Do you have any plans to expose this further besides us?
Not yet, but we're working on trying to get other interviews, aligned or lined up for to get this out. Because I really haven't done any interviews for a while. I've been taking care of fulfilling orders this past 6 months or more, and we've caught up ever since they've canceled us. We've caught up to most of our orders, so I guess it kind of helps us catch up on what we're needing to catch up on. But with the defamation going on, it's really hurt us. We weren't able to pay our mortgage this month, which is our first month in a long time. From the defamation going on that I've heard from other customers, it's ridiculous. And like I said before, you only get flack when you're over the target, and we're definitely over the target. And I did want to say that they canceled us. Square Up canceled us about 2-3 days after I featured my device on my site with the anti-rape device. So maybe it's something to do with that, maybe not. But I would imagine there's a big black market for this remote rape that's going on. I would imagine that there's dark web money-making schemes going on for this remote rape, and I'm sure they don't want my device getting out because it's going to really hurt their money-making schemes if it does. So maybe that's the reason why they try to blackball me. But either way,
I agree with that.
I'm not going to stop. I'll still help people out as much as I can. If I have to get a job, because I won't be able to support my family if I don't get this, get this going again. Then I'll still take care of the people that have bought my device, and I do offer free repairs for life. So anybody who hasn't bought my device so far don't worry. I will fulfill my lifetime warranty on the repairs, definitely. And if I do have to get a job and I have to stop doing this, it'll suck, but I will still sell to a select few people. But as far as trying to make a living, we can't live like this much longer.
Gotcha, I understand. So, well, that's a pretty damn good testimony from the founder of Silent Night. So what do your customers that do have your product that love it say about it? What are some of the top comments they have about your technology that's helped them? And what in general does it help? Does it help with V2K?
For the most part, most of them have said that they can't live without it. I've had a few buy two just to have a backup. And I recently made a battery operated one for a certain individual up by New York. He actually 3D printed his own enclosure, and I retrofitted my double juggernaut into one with some lithium ion batteries. And I think we just shipped it out not too long ago to him, so he should be getting it soon. But he's like, dude, I don't know what I would have done without this. I wouldn't have been able to finish my school, and for the most part, I have a lot of people that are trying to finish school, testing in school, and the reason why they get it is because they can't study with the V2K that's constantly going on. But there's some of my customers that say that they start getting nauseous if they walk too far away from it. They have to stay within the radius of the Silent Night because they will try to screw them up so bad that they get nauseous of walking away from my device. I could see that I've gotten hit before with something that would make me nauseous, whatever they were using on me. But usually I try to keep the Silent Nights rolling in every room that I'm in, and mainly they're the ones that I'm testing before shipping out. So I have constant SKs rolling in each room and stuff just for testing the 48-hour testing phase that I put them through. But for the most part, most of the customers, they wish I would have came out with this a lot sooner. Um, and out of 110, 115 customers that have my device, I've only had less than 10 with that that didn't help them out. They were trying to did some chargebacks, but I'm also dealing with people that are buying my device and then telling their bank, trying to do a chargeback. So and they end up with my device and their money back, which is, I don't understand. I'm just trying to help people out, and they try to pull this crap. So it's kind of discourages me more, of working with more TIs. When I have to deal with that kind of stuff.
You'll have to do a background on them and vet them out this time.
Well,
yeah, if they have a problem, they should contact you instead of doing that.
Right, and for the most part, if anybody does have a problem, they do contact me, and we try to fix it. We're trying to help you out. I try, just because that it's not working like the way you thought it was, doesn't mean that there's not another option. We have older versions that can work for you that we can send to you. That's worked for other people. Other people that have called me say, this is not really doing what I thought it was going to do. I'm like, all right, well, let me send you an older version. Maybe the older version might help you better. And for the most part, we do find a solution for most people, but you got to talk to me and let me know. You can't just give up.
So you're willing to work with people and do that. That's great that you do that. And so you really do care. That's great.
I'm not just trying to sell a device and say, okay, screw you.
Yeah. No, I know you're true. So, what else would you like to talk about your device and your devices? Do you manufacture them yourself and design them and everything in-house? Is that all one house, one place?
I do. It's all done here, which I was planning to outsource to a local manufacturer to get them assembled because of the span of me trying to get these orders done and trying to take care of everything online. It's been really hard because it's just me, by myself with my wife. My wife helps me with packaging the orders and a lot of the internet stuff. And while I make the devices and prepare them for testing and shipping. So it's kind of a family business kind of deal, but I have lately been thinking about trying again with the local manufacturer to get them made. And I want to only work with local manufacturing and PCB manufacturing and assemblies because that'll give me the chance to actually drive to the location and pick up and check them out before.
Well, you got one person. You got Armando. You got somebody interested in the chat room, so just drop them your website if you can. Yeah. If you have access to the chat room, put that in for them. And I think you got someone interested already. There we go.
Yep, it's just TargetSourceLLC.com. TargetSource LLC.
It's not $500 anymore. Whoever just wrote that, he just said it's on sale for $399 plus shipping. Go to TargetSourceLLC.com.
And that's with the antenna option added to it without any extra charge.
Right. So, okay, great. That's super duper.
So just shoot us an email at silentnight.source@gmail.com, which is under my name. Send us an email with your phone number so we can give you a call and we can take your order over the phone, and then we can go through the Zelle or Cash App for the payment and put you on the list. We've made it to under 20 devices going out now. For a little while there, we're up to like 40 to 50 almost in back order, but we're down less than 20. And some of them are not silent night, so they're either the Dr. Hoodla parasite zapper or the Great Reset implant disabler. So those are.
Tell us more about the insect and parasite zapper. What's that about?
Right. Well, if anybody knows Dr. Hoodla Clark, she has made and done a lot of her life's research on parasite, getting rid of your body, getting parasites out of your body, using this simple device that pulses at around 29 to 30 kilohertz and pulses in square waves. And what this does, any bad fungus or bacteria or parasites, they don't like those pulses. And what they do, they either ends up killing them or they end up leaving your body by themselves because of the frequency of pulses. And that I don't have any actual research that I've done other than what I've done with my daughter and her fevers that she would get. She would break them usually within 24 hours, but after using the zapper I made, she would be able to break them after 8 hours. So whatever virus or bacteria that was causing that fever, it would definitely eradicate it or kill it a lot sooner than having her body naturally, burn it up. Which we don't give her a fever reducer or anything like that. We let her body do its thing naturally. You shouldn't try to reduce the fever unless she's and I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not a doctor. But for our daughter, we let her body do its thing and let her break her body do it naturally, break the fever naturally. But we do let her use that Dr. Clark zapper to help, and it seems like it does help pretty good with eradicating whatever was giving her the fever. I'm not licensed to give any medical advice or anything, so I'm just stating that I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just giving you my opinion.
No worries. I know you're just information based on your own experience.
Right, correct.
Okay, so let's see. You want to talk about how your technology works. How do you see yourself? I know you're having some setbacks, but I'm hoping this will change. Do you see yourself coming up with any new devices, any other technology soon? Any new ideas?
Not quite. Not yet. I don't see. I've been working on expanding the output of the Silent Night, which I've had many updates and many upgrades over the past year. That I'm just trying to, I guess, make the best device possible.
So you can actually upgrade it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, right. So and any upgrades, any upgrades or updates are free for the most part, unless there's a major component that I have to change. Most updates and upgrades are free. We don't charge for that, and it's usually a circuit topology that I change around, or I might add another section of capacitors or a transistor for the output, which is not expensive on our part. But if I do have to change a major component like the whole circuit board, then there will be a small charge for the upgrade. But for the most part, if you already have...
How's the ability to get parts with the tariffs going for you?
It hasn't been too bad. I mean, I haven't bought any parts in a while because of the bulk that I bought last time. I bought it about 2-3 months ago. I bought a bulk of a bunch of parts that I used to build the Silent Night, so I haven't had any issues getting what I needed. But it seems it seems like I haven't had all the parts are still available for the most part. So I haven't had any issues.
So someone's asking if Dr. Clark's zapper gets rid of rape. No, actually the rape device is separate from that. That's
right.
What Armando made. That for you named, that's your answer. That's our co-producer. Great. Well, you're listening to TargetedWest.com. Armando's our guest. He's got his Silent Night technology. TargetSourceLLC.com is his website. We're going to take a quick break and play a quick commercial for our friends at TI Events and get the word out about them, a place where you go to find other calls like this one. And it's Alex and Jamie talking. We'll see what they're talking about. Hey, Alex and Jamie, what's up?
Jamie, being a targeted individual is so isolating. I don't know who to trust or where to turn.
I totally get it, Alex. That's how I felt too, until I found TIEvents.org.
TIEvents.org? What's that?
It's a site that lists everything for TIs, conference calls, webinars, in-person events, support groups, meetups, and more. There's something happening every day.
Well, that's exactly what I need. Real support from people who understand.
You'll find it all at tievents.org. It's been a game changer for me.
TIevents.org, your one-stop source for all targeted individual events. Visit today and connect with your community.
That's TIevents.org. Now back to the interview with Armando. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else you would like to add to the interview?
Not that I can think of. Just wanted to get out there,
And you still have 15 minutes left, so let's see what we can think of.
Well, I just wanted to reiterate.
What made you come up with this idea in the first place? What was the reasoning behind it? I think it was because they were hurting your family.
Right.
So you wanted a solution.
Right. They started doing it to my wife, and I decided that I wasn't going to give my daughter or my wife up to them, and they weren't really attacking my daughter at first, but after I figured out how to block the V2K that they were doing to my wife, they started attacking me and my daughter, and I just expanded from there, and I said, they're not going to have, I'm not giving them up, because in the end, I know they'll try to throw CPS and try to separate the family and all that good, all that bad jazz. And I wasn't going to have it. I'm not going to give up my family. I love them more than anything in the world. And that's why I kept on, researching and trying to figure out different ways to try to block all this technology. And that, along with Anna, when Anna Toledo came around, I saw how my device was helping her too. So she thought it'd be a good idea that I try to get this out to the public, to the TI community, and that's when I started Target Source LLC back in March last year, and here we are today. Which we were doing good for a while up until these past 2 months. Last month, these 2 months that passed by, I've just been hearing a lot of defamation going on and saying they were controlled opposition, and which is totally not true, But again, we're the only community as far as that pushing any kind of court lawsuits that are doing anything in the court system right now. So I can imagine that we're going to be target number one, for the deep state and the targeting program. So I just want to, let people know, like, we're the only ones. We're the only ones doing anything about it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what administration is at the White House. You're still going to get harassed by the deep state.
Right. And people just need to do their homework and do their research and not just believe everything they hear. Obviously, we're not controlled opposition. We're still going to continue to help, especially Targeted Justice. They're going to continue to keep on trying to shut this program down. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go keep doing this much longer if I can't pay the bills. I'll have to get a regular job and go back to working in the field. But hopefully some things will turn around.
So you have a background in electronics and that too. So you're very marketable. That's a good thing.
Well, actually, the whole electronics background just came about 2 years before we got targeted. Roughly about 6 to 7 years ago, I got into CB radios and electronics. And about 2 years into my electronics venture is when my wife got targeted. So I think it was just God preparing me for what was to come. But now, with the knowledge I have, I can circuit design on the computer, 3D circuit design with software, with 3D printing, circuit printing. I do a lot of signal analyzing too. And the reason why my buddy told me he can get me in the radio communications tower office at the oil plant that he works, was because I was able to fix his radio, and he's seen what I can do with electronics. He's like, dude, you'd move up quickly with your knowledge that you got. And I never went to school for any of this. I learned this because I was kind of forced to in order to save my family. So I mean, I have a lot of books of teach yourself electronics. I've burnt a lot of circuits up. I've blew up a few circuits in the past on accident. But I also wanted to add that, you know, they recently tried to burn my shop down remotely. They tried to catch the surge protector on fire, which they did catch it on fire. But there was nothing that was on. It was plugged in, but there's nothing that was on. So I know it wasn't anything that I left on, obviously. But that would look plausible if the fire department comes in and they see that the fire started by the surge protector. They're going to say, well, this guy had too many things plugged in to the surge protector. But I got some photos I can share with you later of my shop and where the fire started. And luckily, my mother-in-law was here and saw it and alarmed me to it, and I was able to go in and put the fire out. So, you know, it's just another, you know, they've tried honeypotting me, failed. They tried burning my shop down, it failed. So their next attack, I guess, was trying to defame me, which is, so far, it looks like it's been working, but maybe we could change that around with putting the truth out there once again. You know,
exactly. That's what this call is about. And if you're watching this on your favorite platform, Spotify, listening, of course, BitChute, Rumble, and please like, subscribe, and add some comments to this. And please go to TargetedSourceLLC.com and check out his product. We're almost up to the book club time, but we'll kind of wrap this up. Anything else you'd like to add before we go to Q&A session?
Not that I can think of right now. I'll take a few questions for now.
Okay. We'll take some questions. We'll have the book club, and we'll be good as gold. My hands aren't working very well, so bear with me. Let's see if I can pull this off. Thank goodness they have big buttons on this platform. Okay. Almost. Whoa. Oh, way down there. Okay, we're in Q&A mode where you can ask questions to Armando about his technology. So now's the time. Anybody have a question for Armando? Come on in. It's TargetedWest.com.
Yeah, hey, listen, this is John from Philadelphia. I've talked to you before, Armando, a couple times. I've been mulling it over in my head for a while about this Silent Night.
Right.
How long are you able to keep this thing running before it overheats? Can you plug it in and just let it run?
I've made it for my wife so that she can forget about it, plug it in, and forget about it. She'll run it for days at a time before she unplugs it sometimes to take a break. But I've designed them to run 24/7. Go ahead.
Is there a poor man's version that I can build with shit off like eBay or something? Like I got a bunch of flybacks and spark plugs and shit like that, but the power supply is what I'm afraid of. I don't want to zap myself as an unqualified technician.
Right. Well, the power supply is just going to be a USB power supply. And the real trick is to get it to oscillate the harmonics in order to create that wide bandwidth that the SK creates, essentially. But you could go ahead.
And the next thing is these ultra-sensitive Gauss meters that you make. Can I get one of them off you? If I pay you to build me one of those, I mean, it could be like a side job for you. Or if you have one for sale, I'll buy it off you.
Yeah, I have, right now we have 7 available that are modded to be super sensitive, so you can pick up those satellite Mercator tracking pulses. And from the cell towers, yeah. You could definitely pick them up easily. And
I go to the website,
Just leave us your number and we'll give you a call, and then you can place the order that way. Don't just try to make a payment through Zelle or Cash App or through our using our name and then expect us to know where it's going. We'd like to talk to you and fill out your address information and your phone number and your email before making letting you purchase whatever.
Yeah, I don't care if you have it or any of the TIs have it, but I don't want it on the cloud floating around. I don't know. I'm going to go look around on your website or something. I'm paranoid, dude. With what I got going on here. Listen, the cloud's watching.
I understand.
I don't think he's on the cloud. Yeah.
The shit they're doing here is going to another level here. I've had enough of it.
I understand, man. I understand.
See, I'm going to look around. I'll shoot you an email or something when I get a chance.
Yep, we'll be here.
Thank you, John. And we know John's a friend of the call. He's been in the community for several years, and he does experiments too at his house.
Several
decades in the community and targeted. Yeah, see? So he's good for it and well known by the community.
Right. Well, that
next person,
Gauss Master would definitely be useful to pinpoint the direction of the cell tower that's hitting you.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
You're welcome, John. Next person to speak with Armando, come on down. It's the TargetedWest show.
Hi, so this is Laura from Colorado. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
All right. You said it was a USB charger, so does that affect your computer at all? And I also wanted to say that I do have friends with the Silent Night that swear by it. So I have heard a good response from your device, and I appreciate you. That's all.
Oh, no problem. I wouldn't use the USB out of your laptop to use it because you do get some EMF feedback or EF feedback pulse through the power cord. So I would definitely not use your laptop to power the SK. But any phone charger, specifically name brands like LG, Samsung, we usually don't have any problems using the name brand phone chargers to power the SK. That's where you get less problems. The no-name brands and the Chinese crap USB power adapters, they usually start going bad, within a few days from using it with the SK. So we highly suggest using name brand USB power adapters to power the SK. And not to use it too close to the laptops because it can disrupt the inner circuits of the laptop. We haven't had anybody mess up any laptops, but we have had the laptops freeze up from using the Silent Night too close just because of the electrical field that it puts out. Can really discombobulate some of the circuits of the laptop if the laptop's not grounded or shielded.
Gotcha. Next question for Armando here
thank you,
with
Laura.
the Silent Night technology. Laura, thank you. Next question in line for Armando. Any question for Armando in the chat room for this call? Any questions for Armando?
If not, you can always email us.
I have a question. Hi. I have a
yes.
I wanted to know, is it a few things? Is it safe with pets, around pets? And also, do you need two different devices, one for V2K and one for body pain? And the third thing, you said the technology is over 120 years old, so I'm just curious about that. What's that?
The Silent Night is like a Tesla spark gap device. So it's more than 120-year-old technology because of it was one of the first wireless communication devices that they had back in the 1880s. Was using a spark gap device, but they stopped using that shortly after they started figuring out how to efficiently convert the Morse code into actual with the carrier wave and remotely using antenna. When they found out efficiently how to do that, they stopped using spark gap devices and rotary gaps. So essentially, the spark gap device that I make covers such a wide bandwidth, but it's tricky to get that to create the harmonics that it does in order to cover such a wide frequency band. But since it's under the regulated power of the output of the FCC regulates, it's not illegal. So this is how I've been able to legally sell it across internationally too in other countries. Because it doesn't surpass the regulations of the FCC. Most other countries have the same regulations for their communications regulations. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, is it safe around pets and you need two separate devices?
Well, if you're talking about if you get like the body pains from electronic rape, is that what you mean?
Not just body pains from the electronic torture in general. And
well, there's one thing I did forget to mention. Getting rid of the heavy metals in your body is a big plus. That could stop a lot of your pains. It helped me quit the different joint pains that I was having by doing the heavy metal detoxing. That's a big thing that TIs need to work on. And if you start a heavy metal detoxing regimen, you get the most benefit using the Silent Night in conjunction with that detoxing, the heavy metal detoxing, because those heavy metals accumulate in joints and muscles in your body. Well, these pulses of microwaves that we're getting from the cell towers, that's reacting with these heavy metals. It's like sticking a fork in a microwave oven. It induces a charge over that piece of metal. It creates sparks. That's happening at a molecular level, a cellular level in our bodies with the heavy metals. So it's tiny little electrical explosions happening in our bodies with these heavy metals, and they're ridding our bodies with it. They're putting heavy metals in everything. So we have to stay strong with the regimen you decide on for the heavy metal detoxing. I think that will help a lot with some of the pains that you get.
Yeah, Epsom salt, cilantro, different things can get rid of metals, yes.
Yeah, EDTA. In my opinion, I use EDTA with a high dose of vitamin C to help with nanotech also, to get rid of your body of nanotech. But like I said, that's my opinion. And this is from research done by Adam Mahalcha and a few others. But in my opinion, getting rid of the heavy metals from my body was the next best thing that we could have done. Besides learning how to block it with technology.
That's okay. That's great. And then is it safe around pets?
Yes. I've made it to where the antennas are not, they don't have the high potential anymore like they used to, but they resonate more of the harmonic frequencies that it creates rather than creating that high voltage on those antennas. So it is safer now for pets than what it used to be when I first came out with it.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Anybody else have a question for Armando? Come on in.
I do. Armando, could you say one more time how you get rid of the heavy metals in your body, please?
The way I get it done is through EDTA and high doses of vitamin C, or
what was the first thing you said?
The EDTA. The EDTA.
EDTA. What
Correct.
is that?
That's calcium disodium. It's what was found. It's a chelation that attracts heavy metals. But also bentonite clay with activated charcoal helps a lot too.
Now, how do you use these things? So I'm activated. Okay.
You
activated charcoal.
You have to look up. You have to look up the like the binder blends that they have. If you look up heavy metal detoxing, try not to order anything online. Try to get it from your holistic pharmacy vitamin shop in person. Because and please don't nobody use Amazon to purchase things that you ingest or put on your skin. There's so many TIs that have had bad experiences with that. I've had bad experiences with that. They will tamper with it with Amazon, definitely. But if you can, try to get it locally. A lot of this bentonite clay and binder blends you can find locally. Try not to order anything online because they will tamper with it most likely.
Okay. I know I've had a lot of trouble with Amazon too. I've got a box full in there that I hopefully can take to court someday from them.
Yeah, so try not to order anything from Amazon that you ingest. I stopped ordering electronics and stuff that you ingest from Amazon a long time ago, just after the first time.
Right. Well, I ordered a printer from them, and I sent it back with their return label. They never refunded me, even though the post office acknowledged it was delivered and gave me a printout.
Right, and I've had some similar issues with TIs making an order and saying that they never received their order, which I have pictures from UPS with the box on their porch, and for the most part that those disputes would go in my favor, but there's been a few that went into their favor, so it's just another attempt, I guess, to try to steal,
Yeah.
It's something you got to deal with when you're doing this kind of e-commerce stuff, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you. I really appreciate you being here.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Next person to ask questions for Armando, come on in.
I have a couple questions.
Okay.
Go ahead. Come on in. Say.
How much of the bentonite clay are you taking each day for the detox? Like a tablespoon?
No, it's all capsules, so you'd have to go by whatever your doctor suggests. I can't tell you exactly what I take because I'm not a doctor. It'll be different for everybody. I highly suggest you talk to your physician.
My physician isn't into natural remedies. I have to scout for a new one. That's why I was asking. I'm not sure what a normal dose of that would be.
Whatever says on the bottle. I mean, I would imagine, but I can't give you a specific amount because, like I said,
for the silent night, I know a lot of people have talked about using chicken wire to boost the signal.
Right.
How exactly is that done? Do you just set up the chicken wire and then make sure the antennas touch the chicken wire, or
right.
I don't know anything about physics?
Well, for the most part, people that get hit pretty hard with the pulses, they would create some kind of cage with small hole chicken wire around their bed usually, and you would use a piece of wire with 2 alligator clips. You attach one end to the antenna, to one antenna, and you attach the other end, you clip it onto the chicken wire, and make sure that the chicken wire all the way around the bed is all touching each other, and that induces a charge over that chicken wire and helps attenuate and sometimes block most of the pulses that are coming from these cell towers.
So you just get alligator clips and connect?
Yeah, I don't have any around here right now, but you can buy these short wires about this long, and they have wire between 2 alligator clips, and you just squeeze the alligator clip and let it attach to the antenna, and then you squeeze the other side and attach it to the chicken wire, and that creates a connection from the satellite to the chicken wire, and induces that charge over the entire chicken wire.
So does that just boost the normal frequency range, or is there a way to enhance the actual range?
As far as I know, the range of the bandwidth is already wide enough. I don't see why you would try to increase the bandwidth. I have been working on an output amplifier, an RF amplifier that you can attach to the silent night, and then attach an antenna to the amplifier to increase the power output to increase your radius of protection. I have been working on one of those, but I haven't been too happy with some of the outputs that I've been getting, some of the research I've done. So I'm still working on
Is there, in theory, a way to boost the range if I wanted to?
Yeah, you add a amplifier to it, an RF amplifier.
Is that something you sell or that I could buy?
Well, I mean, you have to buy it right now. I'm still working on it. I haven't had anything that I can sell anybody, only because most amplifiers have a certain input limit, and you're gonna have to attenuate the output of the SK in order not to fry the RF amplifier. So I am working on that right now. But if, like I said, if I can't make a living doing this, then I'm gonna have to stop some of the research I've been doing and get back to work at a regular job. So hopefully something happens.
Well, I know I've already got you on my list. I talked to you already about buying a second one as soon as I got money.
Right.
So,
oh yes.
Yeah, I'm formally known as Katie.
Yes. Okay, yeah. I got you.
I'm changing my name.
I know you sounded familiar. I know you sounded familiar.
Yeah. A lot of people know me. They just might not know they know me because I showed up like a year and a half ago as Katie, and I'm like,
right.
Hey, everybody, I'm sick of my name. I'm Faye now.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah. I definitely know you. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I appreciate you, Armando. Like, seriously, you're the best. And for everyone out there listening, my Silent Night broke like 3 times, and this man held my hand and walked me through it. Like,
yeah, we shipped out. I think I shipped out to you. You're like the only TI that I've ever shipped out that many times.
I know. I'm like, I swear to God, I'm not a perpetrator. I swear to God, I'm not trying to annoy you, Armando.
No, and you didn't. It was overheating because of how you had it in your little box. I think that was the issue.
Yeah. But seriously, anybody out there wondering about Armando, he's got the best heart out there. And very few engineers are going to hold your hand and literally walk you through. When I didn't even know what an adapter was. He's like, check the adapter. I'm like, what?
I remember.
Awesome, you guys. So
I remember.
Support Armando. Keep him in business, y'all. Keep him in business.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you, Katie Faye. Next question in line for Armando. Come on in. It's TargetedWest, and Armando's our guest. Last call.
Where are you located in case someone wanted to buy from you in person?
Alvin, Texas.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
How much are they?
Oh, go ahead.
How much are they?
With the sale we got going on right now, the Silent Nights are running at $399 with the antenna option added in with no extra charge, and it's just $399 plus shipping. Usually shipping will run you about less than $20.
How is it huge like David Rubel's machine?
No, it's actually if I can get my wife to hand me one of the Silent Nights, I can show you what the size. It's literally about it'll fit in the palm of your hand pretty much.
Like a 3x5 thing.
I think it's the dimensions are it's 3.5 by 4.5.
Yeah.
Right, by 2 inch. So 2 inches height. Here we go.
Good.
Right here we go.
I can't see. I'm not in the chat.
Okay. So it's literally it's about 3.5 inches by 4.5 inches by 2 inches. Those are the dimensions.
How does it work? How do we contact you?
Through just emailing us through our email. I'm sorry. Silent Night. It's with a K. silentnight.source@gmail.com. Just leave us your name and number, and we can.
Wait.
Yeah.
You're talking too fast. Silent Night.
Silent with night with a K. Correct.
Yeah. At.
Dot source.
And then what?
It's Silent Night.
Source.
Yeah. Dot source @gmail.
at Gmail.
And for those that can see, here's the implant disabler resetter, a great reset. So turn it on, and then you pulse charge with the button on the side. You got the probes right here. You put it against your skin and tap. And I have a video online that my wife helped me make that shows you how to use it. She usually uses it around her pelvic area where they, try to do their shenanigans and totally reset their link process. So lately, I think she's been doing all right. They haven't been able to really link up to her, or maybe they just left her alone finally for a little while. But for a while there, they were getting her almost every 4 to 5 hours. They were trying, and she would just zap and stop those shenanigans and then go about her business. So
great, thank you for that. Any other questions for Armando?
Yes. What is it? Hi, Armando. Hi, I wanted to ask you: is there a specific heavy metal blood test that TIs are supposed to get, and how do you convince your doctor to give it to you?
That I have no idea. I've just the whole heavy metal blood test. I know you can get done through your doctor. I don't know how you would ask your doctor that, but from the way the variables that I change, I do one thing at a time and see what works for me. And that's how I found out that getting rid of, using these heavy metals detoxification agents, that's how I found out that it works, with stopping some of a lot of the joint pains I was having by getting rid. And you have to keep up with it. Getting rid of the heavy metals in your body is very important. And I recommend it to anybody, even if you're not a TI.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'll try to figure out a way to, because I'd like to.
Thank you, Steve. Anyone else? Last call here. We're getting ready to do the book club.
DJ.
Hi.
Hi, DJ. This is Anna. Yeah. How are you?
Oh, Anna Toledo. Come on in. How are you? What's up?
I'm okay. Well, I just wanted to. I didn't have any questions. I just wanted to say I have tested all of Armando's devices, and especially the little one. I don't go anywhere without the Silent Night, and nowhere. But that zapper is amazing at least for me, that I have a W band, and the criminals chase me around to reactivate it when I get to kill it, and that zapper just brings me back to life. So I have to vouch for it. It doesn't hurt. It feels really good. But I am speaking from the perspective of somebody that has a head to toe W band, and it really helps a lot. So I just wanted to say that for those that, like me, have to suffer through it. Huh?
Thank you, Anna. That's Anna Toledo from Targeted Justice.
Hey.
Thank you, Chris, for all you do. Thank you. And I hope you get better. We are not going to be defeated. I hope you get better.
Thank you, Anna.
Yeah, me too. I got a lot of doctors working on me right now. I think Josh is here.
Yeah.
Was that Josh?
I just jumped on the call. I was just curious.
Come on in, Josh. Go ahead.
If it was a EMP or electromagnetic pulse generator, like what it was.
What, the implant disabler?
Yeah.
It's actually a kind of it works as an EMP, and it sends a pulse charge through the probes of wherever you place the probes at.
Okay, so it's like a spark gap generator?
No, not necessarily spark gap. It's a high voltage, very low current, high voltage pulse generator.
So it creates an electromagnetic field?
No, not necessarily. It gives you a pulse, a high voltage pulse in the area of wherever you place the probes. There's no spark or anything that it emits from internally from the device.
So it's just like a little stun gun then?
Not necessarily. A stun gun will definitely put you out or can hurt you. This is set up to have very in the picoamps range, the output, but it's a very high voltage. up in around 20,000 volts.
Okay, well, we need the book club. Thank you, Josh, for your input. Anybody else before we switch to the book club?
Yes, I wanted to ask about the reset, and I might have missed part of what was said a little bit ago, but does it help with more than pain and electronic rate? Does it help with other things too?
We haven't really tested it with other things other than for pain management and for the electronic rate. So I can't really say too much other than what we've tested it for.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Well,
yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Armando. That was a great show. We're going to have the book club come up now, but do you mind hanging around after the book club in case somebody else has a question?
Yeah. I'm just going to grab me a cup of water and I'll
go ahead and take a break.
Yeah.
Take a break. We're going to go over to the book club and
I will be here.
Going.
The lady who was asking about the symptoms, I just want to say really, really quick, I'll make it brief. The thing is trying to do forced speech on me right now. Armando's spark gap generator does interfere with that. So if you're dealing with that, it does help.
Okay, thank you.
Good to know. Thank you.
It's time for the TI Book Club, where every book opens a door to new worlds and shared journeys. Here, we uncover hidden gems, specially selected for TIs, and always within your reach. Be part of a community that reads together, grows together, and sees the world through the same lens. Don't just listen to stories, live them with us. Join now at bookclubs.com/TIBookClub/join, and let's turn the pages of adventure together.
This is the TI Book Club meeting for the 4th of May. DJ Chris, your librarian here. And today's book is called, look at my paperwork, The Octopus of Global Control by Charlie Robinson. Charlie Robinson is the new founder of Activist Post. I'm not quite sure he's done that great of a job with it so far. He kind of lost a couple people, but he's okay. And this writing is a little schizophrenic, but it sure covers a lot. And it goes through the history of 9/11, the history of pretty much every single operator that's been in the deep state. You got Dick Cheney, Don Rumsfeld, you've got Wolfowitz, you've got people like Kissinger. They talks about the Bush family, the connection with the Bushes and the Bin Laden family for years, and other stuff. So it's kind of a little schizophrenic, but the book does cover a lot. And if you need a refresher for a lot of things real quick, this is the book to buy. Again, we give it a 6 because it was just a little too schizophrenic, but that's fine. Or is that a 7? No, it's a 6. The Octopus of Global Control by Charlie Robinson is available at Amazon.com. You can check out your copy now. But you'll find almost everything in that book has been covered in other books. There really wasn't much, but a lot of commentary on people's quotes. He's got people like Sun Tzu. He's got many different people. Joe Rogan. He's got Chris Hedges and others making quotes in the book. So it's a rather busy book. So that's your book club. It's now the top of the hour. It's 7:04 p.m. It's open mic now. We're going to go ahead and shut off the recording. So thank you for watching on your favorite platform. Please like, subscribe, and comment, whether you're on BitChute, Rumble, Spotify listening, archive.org, or YouTube. So please participate and make a comment. I do read everything you say, and I do comment back. If you'd like to be and someone that would like to be interviewed on this call, please contact me at djchris@targetedwest.com. Thank you.